Full circle moment here.
You guys still look like 1998.
Yeah, honestly,
wish.
when was the last time that we worked together? Was it late 90s or did we make it to the 2000s?
No, it was. I don't. It was probably 2000, maybe. Because
Yeah.
I had when I was with you guys over at the other station, and then a new station opened, and they kept asking me to come over there, and I was like, no, this is my family, but there was no opportunity, so I was like, dude, are you either gonna put me on here or I got to go there? I don't want to. I want to stay here. But the guy that could have put me on was just like, and I was like, all right, dude, I got to go.
And look
So
what you
that's
did. I
I
mean, you are the perfect success story.
Oh, perfect. Wow. Thank you. I had some success. I appreciate it.
We're so proud of you.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm so proud of you guys too. When I come back and I hear you guys on the radio, I'm like, still doing it. Like,
Yep.
it's so cool, man. Yeah.
Doing it until we're not.
So
I know.
go ahead.
Throwback to forever. So it's like you never
That's
get
true.
played out.
Right.
All right, talk about the global
Global.
gaming league.
Glable. The glabel. That's a new thing, right? That's the glad label we have here.
Yeah.
The Global Gaming League. It's my new venture, my new company. It's a video game league. It's a league of celebrity-owned teams that compete in live events, playing everything from new games like Call of Duty and Rocket League to classic games like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong and everything in between, from Tekken, Tetris, Mario Kart to Golden Tee Golf. Look at us like the NFL meets WWE meets the UFC, meaning the professionalism and the structure of traditional sports like the NFL, the NBA, the pageantry, theatrics, storyline, smack talking like WWE, and much like the UFC, where you'd see two people compete that you otherwise wouldn't see elsewhere. Here is where you would see Shaq's team versus Jessica Alba's team.
Yeah.
But unlike the NFL, which is one sport, one season, one region, where all sports, meaning all game titles, it's all year, and gaming is the biggest entertainment platform in the world with over 3.5 billion users, making hundreds of millions of dollars a year, billions of dollars a year. And it's everywhere from Asia, India, Middle East, Europe, North America, South America. So that's what we're doing. Get familiar with the Global Gaming League.
Wow.
Leroy went to what was the game that they did that
It was the Rainbow Six
Yeah.
competition or whatever, but it was at the MGM here in Boston, Fenway. Yeah. And it was great. It was phenomenal. I'm already like, how can I get involved with this? Because you know me, I'm a gamer.
Oh, well, I don't know you, but I have the answer, and it's on at globalgamingleague.com. That is how you get involved.
There you go.
Globalgamingleague.com. And by the way, what you're talking about is a thing called esports.
Yes.
Esports and gaming are two separate things. For those people that are listening that might not know, that have kids that are like, I don't get why they're gaming, it's a waste of time. First of all, it's not a waste of time. Schools give scholarships for gaming now. It helps with leadership, strategic thinking, critical thinking, friendship. Studies show it helps with depression. We put our kids in Pop Warner football, Little League baseball, and hope after 15 years of dribbling a basketball that maybe they'll go pro. But if you look at the world and the history of life in sports, under 2% of people have ever gone pro. If you're a gamer, it's faster, cheaper, and safer. So that's what we're doing here, is really creating connected cultures, building international bridges, uplifting underestimated communities, closing age gaps from playing things from the 80s to now. So it's really bringing people together in a way that nothing else really brings people together. And esports is reserved for the hardcore endemic gamers that grind 8 to 15 hours a day, hoping to be on an esports team that plays one game. This is a $200 billion industry that, from Candy Crush to Tetris to you name it, gaming, everybody games, which is our tagline, everybody games.
How long have you been working on this?
So on this company, about 2 years. But I had in 2000, I got introduced to the gaming industry in 2017. I mean, I've always been a gamer. I'm in games. I'm in Saints Row. I'm in Scarface. I'm in DJ Hero 2. And I've always, since the Atari 2600, I've been a gamer. But I never knew about esports. And in 2017, somebody said, hey, we're going to do this thing. Come by the office in Hollywood. So I went by and it looked like the boiler room. Like everyone's running around, like something fascinating is happening. And they were these kids online. They had millions of followers. They were super popular, but they had no business model, no revenue drivers. So I went in there and helped stand up the company. I brought Offset, Pitbull, Sway Lee, Yo Gotti, DJ Paul, Ray J, Big Boy, Troy Carter, all these people into that company. and turned it into an almost $2 billion IPO, and they're called FaZe Clan. So FaZe Clan was the biggest esports org in the world, and I was responsible for bringing all the stuff that I just said to it. So when I did that, I realized helping to raise $40 million, seeing that the esports bubble was bursting. You guys know my history in entertainment and like shaping and shifting culture for over 20 years. I seen in a space where I could help people create new opportunities and bring the entertainment industry into the biggest entertainment platform in the world in an authentic way that nobody knows. Nobody knew how to get involved with gaming. So I'm the guy that's bringing it all together. But I've always been the bridge between like MTV and BET, or Hollywood and the hood.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a connector. There's a book that Malcolm Gladwell wrote, and he talks about Paul Revere being a connector, and I always think about you. You're always like, this guy and should meet this guy, and then you guys should get together and do something. But how does it work? So is it going to be like celebrities playing against each other?
Yeah, but before I answer that, don't come on here acting all wicked smart, talking about you read books, bro. Malcolm Gladwell.
I'm a reader.
Yeah, it's exactly that. You'll watch it in the same manner you'd watch any traditional sports. You'll see the two teams on stage competing against each other. But the difference here is I'm converging gaming with music, fashion, sports, celebrity, rivalry, competition, and culture in a way. I'm like, all right, what's the best thing about the Super Bowl? Halftime show. Let me do that. What's the best thing about Complex Con? What's the best thing about Rolling Loud? What's the best thing about when you go to an NBA game for families, right? So I just took all the best pieces of all these things and made one league that had all that stuff in it in the biggest entertainment platform in the world, which is video gaming makes more money than movies, television, and books all combined, and music combined, right? So it's like, why would I do something over here when I can do something over there that's way bigger? And I happen to be in a position that I don't personally know anybody else that's in my unique position because of the life that I live and the things that I've done, that I can come in and bring all these worlds together in an authentic way where it's believable and people trust me.
It's interesting because the way you're describing this, it's brilliant to the point where it's like, I can't believe that no one's tried this before.
I thought the same thing when I first had this idea like 7 years ago. I'm like, this exists. So I'm like going around trying to look for it, and I'm watching things. And I do a lot of keynote speeches around the world, and some of them are at gaming events. And I was in Saudi Arabia one time, and I'm listening to Activision and Tencent and Epic Games and everybody. I just hear everybody trying to push the esports circle into a cultural square. And I have always stood by, you can't stand for culture if you never stood in culture. And most of these people have not. So they don't understand how to authentically connect these different worlds together and make things relatable. Instead, like everything else, from crypto to NFTs, like people are just like, why don't people understand how great this is? Why don't they understand? And it's not that they don't understand how great what you're doing is, it's you don't understand how to talk to them or communicate to them or translate to them in a digestible way that makes them say, oh, like what Melissa just did. Now it sounds like it makes total sense, right? So I think that's what the skill I've developed over the years of being in business is being able to, dumb things down. Not that anyone's dumb, but like make it simple to understand, which is why I write for Entrepreneur Magazine now, because they call me and they're like, we need a voice that talks to the young generation that doesn't try to sound too academic, right? Someone that they can relate to and you can speak in a language that they'll understand.
And the first competition is this weekend?
Yeah, this Saturday, August 23rd, it's T-Pain's team, Nappy Boy Grizzlies, versus Neo's team, Gentlemen's Gaming. If you guys have been watching online at all, you can follow us at Global Gaming League on socials. You see T-Pain and Neo been going at each other for like the past 2 months. So this is the big grudge match. So we also have Jello performing. We have Rich the Kid performing. Flavor Flav is coming through. Adam W., one of the top 25 creators in the world, will be the host. And then there's like over 20 creators and influencers that'll be there. So it'll be a really good time in Las Vegas.
Now, will this include cozy gaming like Stardew Valley that I play?
Boring gaming.
He said Tetris, so.
Tetris is awesome. By the way, on our pilot episode that we did last year, Tetris was the game that everyone was on their feet, standing up the most out of all the games that we were playing. So, and it showed me that yes, it can't be niche games. It has to be broad games that the world understands. because it brings it. I mean, think about people like our age, right? Most people our age will walk by their kid and think, "Oh, what the hell are they playing? I don't even understand what they're playing." Or they'll be like, "You're wasting your time. Why don't you go outside and ride a bike like we did when we were kids?" Right? So that's what like most parents will say. But if you walk by your kid now and he's playing an Atari game or something from Nintendo, you're like, "Hold on, what you know about that?" Right? And now all of a sudden you're paying attention and you're sitting and you're interacting with your kid. And by the way, gaming also, if you think about all sports, it's the only sport, which I'm pushing to make it a real legitimate sport. It's the only sport where you're actually engaging and talking. You ain't running down the football field talking to the opposition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like you're bringing families together. It builds communities and it brings people together in a way that nothing else, even music. You know, before this, I'm like, music is the thing that brings everybody together. But you still have segments. You still have different genres. You still have, I don't rock with that. In gaming, nothing matters except are you fire or are you trash, right?
Yep.
And even then, the community still all comes together and still supports each other. Like in my Discord, it's crazy. Like people support each other on even on mental health. Or I'm having a bad day. Hey, you want to go play some? Want to go play this? So it's like it's a really unique industry that the average person doesn't know about. And my goal is to make video gaming a household name like WWE did with wrestling and UFC did with mixed martial arts. Remember, when you think about it, karate and jiu-jitsu tournaments have been around forever, right?
Yep.
But no one cared until you made an octagon, added lights, and called it UFC. Now it's a $30 billion industry doing something that's been around since gladiator days.
Yeah.
Right? Why did it take so long? Because it took a Boston guy. It took a Boston guy.
Yes.
Right? To democratize it and systemize it and make it culturally relevant. And that's what I'm going to do with video gaming.
I love it. This is going to be great. I can tell it's going to work out.
This is a brilliant idea.
Thanks, guys. Another
and
Boston
Clinton,
guy.
Looking 10 years from now, right? Because you've worked with the biggest artists in the world. You mean writing, producing, and everything. And now you have the Global Gaming League. 10 years from now, when you look back on your career, and by the way, because I follow you on social media, your family is beautiful. What do you think you're going to say is your proudest moment?
Being an awesome dad. So that's all. Since
Bro, I just dropped off one of my daughters at college yesterday. I'm still crying.
Oh man, wow, dude, you don't even look like you have a kid in college. It's crazy.
I got two.
I know. It's crazy. Yeah, you know, since I was a kid back in Dorchester, the two things I ever only cared about, it was never fame, success, getting rich, none of that stuff. The two things that stuck to me when I was like around 12 years old was all I want to do is be a good dad one day, and I want to make people happy. Those are the only two things that ever moved me. And I'll tell you a quick story. I don't know how much time we have here, but as you guys know, as I was traveling the world as a DJ, one day I called my son, I don't know, this is like 12 years ago. And I said, hey man, I'm coming home Thursday. I can't wait. We're going to hang out. We're going to go do this. Da, da, da. Like, yeah. And as we we're talking about things we're going to do, I said, hey Jack, what do you miss most about me when I'm gone? Right. And he took like a good 20 seconds and he goes, you know, Dad, you just make everything happy. And I was like, I won. Yeah. I got both in one moment.
Wow.
So I have a frame thing in my living room that just says, Dad, you make everything happy. Yeah.
That's
so
great.
That's all.
That's
awesome. I even now, like I have to hold back sometimes from getting emotional just thinking about that because I won. I already won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At life. So, you know, most people go through life like they're never satisfied. They're never fully happy. I always got to get this. I got to get a better body. I got to get a new car. I got to get this, da, da, da. It's like I made a goal in my life and I've accomplished it. And that goal basically was to build the family I've always wanted that I didn't have. And I did it. So I already won. Like I could die tomorrow and be like, dude, I accomplished the goals. So now that I have this extra time in life, my goal, even with the Global Gaming League, the only reason why I want this to be successful is I know how many people it will help. I know how many opportunities it will open. And if I, by good fortune, make a lot of money off it, all I want to do, to your point, Melissa, 10 years from now, when you talk to me, I'm out here helping people. What are you doing with all your money? Out here helping people. What are you doing? Helping that single mother, helping that person hospital bills, like, that's all I want to do. So, because
awesome.
You're on your way.
Coming from Boston, my father being molested for years and, you know, being homeless at one point, and you guys watched me kind of come up. You were there at the beginning of my career, really. And like, I never wanted anyone to feel the way that I felt. So that's why I do all the things that I do, because I know it's a pretty crappy way to feel. Hey,
Fantastic,
by the way,
man.
are you guys not going to talk about me throwing the first pitch of the Red Sox game? Come on, guys. That is
When'd you do that?
That's a Dorchester boy's dream. I did it last July.
No way.
Yeah.
When are you coming back to Boston?
Oh man, me and my wife were just talking about that because we want to buy our retirement home in Chatham. So
Random.
yeah. No, because we went there on like I don't know, an anniversary thing one time. We stayed on the beach and we were just like, dude, this is how, because you guys know, man, like I said, you've been around, like, my life's been go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, I think I'm now just maybe starting to get a little bit tired. Maybe. I don't know. So I probably have another good 5 years to kill it, but I also don't know if I know how to quit. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I don't even know if I would know how to stop. So what I would probably care about is not feeling deadlines and pressure or stress of having to get things done. I'll just do it when I feel like doing it and doing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But and I was gonna say do what I want to do, but I already been doing that. Everything I've built is because I wanted to do it. It's not because I had to do it or felt the need to do it. So
Did you throw a strike, by the way?
I did, right down the middle. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Come on, man. Let's go,
Very
man.
nice.
I'm not
The
Dorchester
Global
Little
Gaming
to throw a
League.
ball.
Global Gaming League streaming live Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Check it out.
You're
And
right. You're good with
thank you for joining
arithmetic.
us, my friend.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Clint.
guys.
Thank you.
Love you all.
Thank
Good
you.
to see
All right.
Love you too.
Peace out, Clayton.